All right, everybody, a makeshift post-game show as I have pulled over to the side of the road here. I don't even know where I'm at, but can you hear me? Everybody good? Ryno's going to join me in a couple of minutes, so bear with me here. I know the screen looks a little messed up right here. You know what? I'm not a technological wizard. How about the fact that the Kings finally won a freaking close game, huh? It's about freaking time. They finally win a close game. How about that? Finally win a close game. So when Ryno comes on, he'll be able to steer us through this show. Again, I don't even know where I'm at here. Thank you. I know. I'm doing a live show. Don't worry about it. Listen, Dennis Schroeder was really good tonight in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Of course, the big game winner, Durant had a really good look at the end, would not fall. And the Kings finally get a win of importance against a good team. I say importance. I'm talking about confidence. I'm talking about Keegan Murray. The three looked much better tonight. Max Ryno, before he fouled out again, was playing well. You had a team that was once again down by double digits in the fourth quarter. What were they down by 14 points in the fourth quarter? They were down 14 in the fourth. They come back. They force overtime, and they win it in overtime. So, you know what? It's about freaking time. It's about freaking time. It ends a 5-game losing streak. The Kings had lost 9 of 10 games. So at this point, you're looking for positives, right? You're looking for any positives that you can get. So, everybody good? Everybody doing all right? Sorry about like the way the video looks or whatever. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like I didn't even know if I'd be able to get on the show. I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. Do we have Wi-Fi here? Is it going to be noisy? Like I'm like, I don't even. I know I'm not going to be that long. Don't worry about it. Got people trying to say, "What are you doing over here?" Tell you what I'm doing. I'm freaking working. I'm talking to the Sacramento fans. What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm working. Happy holidays. You too. Merry Christmas. That's it. You just got to be nice, right? You can work your way anywhere. You can do it, right? You can do it. You can do it. So let me see. Man, I'm way too close, huh? I don't like that. All right. Anyway, Ryno's going to come with us in a couple of moments. Glad to have you with us here on If You Don't Like That. And I apologize for the video. I apologize if everything looks messed up. I'm doing the best I can. All right? I'm doing the best I can. I wanted to come on. I was thinking about, well, there's no Jerry tonight. So I'm thinking, you know what? I don't want Ryno to do it by himself. Not that he's not capable of, but he's at the game. And how about the crowd tonight, huh? How about the crowd? Finally, the crowd can leave the game feeling good, feeling that they got their money's worth, feeling like, hey, finally, right? Finally. So, I mean, that's a positive, right? Let's see what happens if I touch that. Everything going to get screwed up? Nah, I don't want to do that. Get that out of there. But you see, just this a little bit. Seriously. When's the last time the Kings fans could feel this way? I'm trying to think, what was the game? What was the game of maybe at Denver? Right? Maybe at Denver? Is that the game? I'm thinking, Milwaukee, but Milwaukee's not that good this year. They win 135 to 133 in that game. I'm trying to think of the big games this year, the games that you can point at. This is a big win. And I'm talking about for confidence. It's not going to do anything in terms of like making the playoffs, but it's good for your confidence. The game at Denver a couple of weeks ago, even though Denver had played in Houston the night before, I think that's good, right? I'm trying to think what else. I'm trying to think maybe the game. I'm trying to think of another home game. The Minnesota game where you're down by 10 with just over a minute left and you win that game in overtime. That's a game that you can point to and say, not too bad. But there aren't many. Like when you only have 7 wins, like it's not really hard to like remember the games that you've won. But you can remember all the games that you've lost. And all of the games that you've lost because of bonehead stupidity or you didn't execute at the end or you had a defensive lapse or what have you. But at the end of the game, other than Cardwell, I mean, Doug had all the veterans on the floor. You know, DeRozan is out there with Westbrook, Murray, Schroeder, right? And Cardwell was on the floor. Max Ryno had fouled out. It would have been great to see Max get the experience in a game like this in overtime, but that's just the way it goes. Certainly, I thought Nate Clifford, you know, he didn't shoot the ball very well. I didn't think he looked as bad as the stat line looked. Keegan Murray's shot looked a lot better. 3-point shooting for him. In the middle of the game and said that he noticed a improvement on his, that he thought that the shot looked a lot better tonight in terms of the arc. We were talking about the flatness of his shot last night on the postgame show with Jerry. That really wasn't the case tonight, was it? No, that was only better. So anyway, we'll get Ryno on here in a couple of minutes. Hopefully, he's going to be able to log on and fix the mess that I've created here on this. I'm on my phone. Normally, I'm on my laptop with a professional camera and a professional microphone. So hopefully, like, everything is good. Hopefully, you can hear me. Hopefully, you can see my ugly face. And I'm just happy that you had a chance to watch a game where we're not talking about, gee, the team sucks. Gee, the Kings lost again. The fans that were at the kids are home from the holidays, people visiting. You know, you go to the game. You don't want to get blown out. It looked like that was going to be the case, down 14 in the fourth. And then you fight back, right? You fight back. How many fourth quarters has this team had? Ryno, you're saving me. Thank you. I don't know what I've done to the video screen, buddy. I have no idea, but I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here to rescue my butt. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Why don't you do this? Why don't you hop off really quick and then hop back on, and I'll take the crowd, and we should be good. What's up, everybody?
I'll see if I can do that.
Yeah, so just hop off, hop on. I changed the format of the show.
I'll
doing
try.
It on the fly.
I have no control here.
I already changed it.
All right,
so
here we
log
go.
out and log in.
All right.
As we go. All right. There we go. See if we can get Grant back in here with the correct format. What's up, everybody? Kings win. Beam is lit. Very excited. G1C tonight, no doubt about that. Lots of stories to talk about. Phoenix Suns, second night playing in a row, take them to overtime. Let's see if we have Napes back. We do not yet, but we'll keep rolling with it. So second night, Phoenix, or excuse me, the Houston Rockets. Don't know why I'm saying Phoenix as I'm getting set up here. But the Kings win. What were your thoughts on it? I certainly have my thoughts on it. This team has been on the verge the last couple nights. There's no doubt about that. And now tonight they finally break through. So we will get to all of you in a second. If you want to call the show, get up in here. We're doing this a little bit different tonight. We'll be getting Grant back here in a second. He's coming. I'm looking at the comments. Where's Grant? He's coming. You notice how we are vertical right now, and it looks like I have a purple beam coming out of my head. That's what we are trying to correct for you at the moment. Now Grant is going to be on the little screen. Yeah, not sure why the show started that way. That's all right. But we will get it back on track. Big night. Look, breakout night for Keegan Murray. And that's a blessing and a curse because I can tell you from my spot in the arena, his shot looked visibly different. He had a better arc on the shot. Clearly, his numbers showed that he did not miss in the first quarter. He had 10 points. Grant's right back there. What's up, Nate?
Hey, buddy, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm just glad that you're here to.
No problem. I think there's a little desktop and a phone thing, so we'll talk about it. I was talking about Keegan Murray and the fact that he had a breakout night for sure. The shot looked better. You could visibly see some better arc behind it, and he brought this team back down 14 to force overtime.
Yeah, you mentioned that. You sent me a message. I think it was in the third quarter. You were noticing that the arc on a shot looked a lot better. Hopefully, this is the start of a really good trend for him because we talked about him at length last night. So hopefully, this is a really good trend for him in terms of, like, you know, starting what we know Keegan Murray can do offensively.
Yeah, certainly. And that requires also getting the ball around, which would be a concern because you look at the Kings as Keegan brought them back. Dennis Schroeder almost shot them out of it. Same thing with Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan. And that was my concern. you had some bad shots in overtime. You end up getting a good one from Dennis Schroeder, but it's kind of the definition of the season. It's, hey, young guys, go out there. Oh, you brought us back. Now step aside. We're going to go to ISO ball. But regardless, they win tonight, and the beam's lit.
Hey, if this looks real bad and you want to do the show solo, you tell me to get the hell off. I don't want to mess up the show because there's a lot of people that are really into this game because of the way it ended. So you let me know. Whatever you want me to do is fine. I don't
Okay.
want it to look visually bad. I don't want people upset. So you're the captain. You tell me what's going on and what to do, buddy.
Okay. Why don't I try to do the show, but I'm sure that we're going to be able to change the format because I've changed it on my end. We either got to roll with it or not, I guess, partner.
All right. Well, all right. You try to do yourself. I'll monitor it. I'll watch it. And if I feel like I'm back on, I'll try to figure it out. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Apes. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So the Kings send the G1C crowd home happy. A little bit of a bigger crowd tonight, no doubt. You did get a Malik Monk sighting. How about that? That is always exciting. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step out really quick. I'm going to see if we can get this back on track for the show. Let me leave this really quick. You're going to see a blank screen, but when I come back, you're going to see our regular studio. And we are back in the studio. Is not there. All right, we're just going to roll with it. We'll go with your comments. Let me put the comment in show of the year. Yeah, go ahead. Give it to us the one night that we are vertical instead of landscape. Let's go ahead and get the link in the chat and we will talk about this one. Big win for the Kings. They win in all the different ways that you do not expect, especially a team in Houston that is better than them, that they do not match up super well with. But again, a team that's been on the verge the last couple of nights. I did have an opportunity to talk to Doug Christie before the game, and I brought up Dylan Cardwell, and I said he's having fun. And Doug's talked. I reminded him he's talked a lot about basketball being fun and that needing to be one of those things that remains a stint of this team. And he just pointed to the fact that he's texting the young guys through all this. And whatever that energy that Dylan's bringing, hopes that that can kind of spread throughout. So let's go to the phones really quick while we try to get this all set up. Let's go to Gary. What's up, Gary? How you doing, man?
Good. Why did they put Monk in for like 2 minutes and then Schroeder was bricking everything and they didn't put him back in?
It was something that we talked about up here at halftime. I don't think the plan was to play Malik tonight until Keon was not playing well again. And in the pregame press conference, Doug was asked twice about Malik not playing. And the second time, he alluded to the fact that the game may have warranted it last night against Portland, but Malik had been sitting for 2 hours. So he wasn't going to put him in. He wasn't going to let him sit for 2 hours. We thought he would get some tick at the beginning of the third if he was going to play at all, which he did. But to your point, Dennis Schroeder kind of looked him off. And you saw that throughout the night. And it's the bigger problem with this Kings basketball team. The fact that you have two segments. You've got a segment of this team that wants to move the basketball, that wants to attack, they want to be team oriented. And then you have another segment, and I'm not saying they're not for the team. What I am saying is it's ISO basketball, and the two don't fit. So Doug never went back to him, but you did have Keegan Murray going as well.
Thank God, because Schroeder's side of a barn.
Yeah. No,
Thank you.
Look, he Yep. Thanks, Gary. He hit the big shot when he needed to hit the big shot, but it didn't have to come to that. There were more opportunities in OT. It was just bad shot selection, very bad shot selection, but they still win nonetheless, Grant.
Looks better, huh? I'm back.
We're back. There you go.
Good.
Yes, yes. We're rolling though. We're straight up and down tonight. So it's all good. We'll do it a little bit
That's all
different.
right. Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're on. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Amen. You want to roll some more phone calls, buddy?
Sure. You go ahead. You're the captain. You ride the ship.
Dirk, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, I can't speak for everyone, but it looks fine and sounds fine. So,
Okay.
anyway, I have a question for you, Ryan, about the Rockets. This is the second time we've played them, and I got to say they look a lot like they did last year, where solid defense but just questionable offense. Do you think they're a serious threat?
Athletically speaking, yes, I do think that they can be a threat. They need more shooting off the bench. And one thing that they're definitely missing is a point guard. They expected Dirk to have Fred VanVleet. He went down before the season, and they're asking Reed Shepherd to fill that role, but he's not really that facilitator. So if they get a good point guard, or if they get a point guard that can facilitate a little bit more and take that responsibility out of Reed Shepherd's hands, then I think they can be a threat in the West.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just, I feel like they're gonna have another first round exit unless they make some moves. Just because, I mean, the defense is solid. The game seemingly felt like they were playing better than us, but this team found a way to come back.
Yeah,
Personally,
and
I don't
they're
mind.
also.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say they're also on the second night of a back-to-back as well from Denver.
Yeah, that's true. But again, I'm not really looking to forward to our centers coming back because I'm just enjoying watching the youth movement here. I definitely think there's some interesting lineups when you have Cardwell, Keegan, and then even Schroeder. Just playing a bunch of young athletic guys playing good defense. There could be something there, but I'm starting to see maybe a vision of Dennis Schroeder moving forward. I know he sometimes takes shots that he shouldn't, but overall, I heard you just make a comment about him. Overall, do you think he had a good game, or are you still seeing too much shooting on his part?
Look, he almost had a triple-double off the bench, but at what detriment to the team? That's all I'm going to say, because what this team doesn't need is another ISO player. And Dennis will make the right pass, but more times than not, those passes are set up by him looking for his own shot. A perfect example was under the last, I think we were 60 seconds or less in the fourth quarter remaining. And Dennis dribbled the ball for 20 some seconds and then throws Keegan a grenade that Keegan didn't have much to do with. You need a pass first point guard for this thing to work. And here's my other thing too, Dirk. To be quite honest with you, if you're going to play a young team, the young team, those guys need to be part of the big moments, in my opinion. You can't be afraid to run a play for Keegan Murray. You can't be afraid to run a play for another young guy, Malik Monk, if he had it going tonight. And continually, all we see is ISO ball, ISO ball, ISO ball once the score or the game tightens up.
Yep, and I mean Keegan did have his moment, that wide open three that he airballed. So maybe he wasn't. Go ahead.
That was DeMar DeRozan. That was not Keegan.
Oh, okay. I swear he
Yeah.
airballed a three at some point in the last clutch minutes. And then you had Westbrook.
That was DeMar DeRozan from the corner.
Gotcha. I was just thinking Westbrook again, too much hero ball at the end, but he did hit a big shot as well. I think Dennis has got a little bit of a clutch gene in him as well. I don't know if you're noticing that either as well, but he has a penchant to hit some late game shots. So I'm okay him taking those late ones personally, but
okay.
All right.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks,
Have a good
Dirk.
night.
You too, buddy. Appreciate the call. Good stuff. From Dirk, let's move on. I hope this is real. Peja, what's up tonight? You there, Peja? Peja, not in the house. All right, we will move along from there. All right. Here's what we are going to do. We are not having a lot of luck right now with our program. As you can see, I can't even bring people up at the moment. We've got a little bit of a bug. I am sorry. This was a big win. Grant and I have so much to talk about. So what we will do is we will make sure that we talk about this in some form here in the next. Obviously, we'll be talking on Fox Sports, but in some form before we get on to Fox Sports, whether that's something we can pre-record audio-wise or get out to all of you. Y'all have been awesome about showing up here. Again, the Kings win tonight at the G1C, and they send the Kings fans home happy. The beam is lit, a pre-Christmas beam. Next up, the Pistons on Tuesday, which will be your third game in 4 nights. It's funny, we were sitting courtside tonight before the game and wondering if this team would be in it. And it's what they do sometimes. They show up against better competition. I'll leave you with this one thought. Dirk talked about Dylan Cardwell. There's only so many games he can play because of his contract, but there are certain aspects of Dylan Cardwell's game, and I'm not even looking at the offensive end because the Kings aren't trying to utilize him on that end of the court. A lot of times he will get the ball if it's the last second or the shot clock's running down, or if there's a turnover or whatnot, or it's bounced around. But defensively, he is doing a very good job staying vertical. Max Ryno is showing that he has some dog in him. He is not backing down from some of the bigger name centers in this league, and he is winning battles. I'm not saying he's winning the matchup, but he's winning a lot of battles against these guys. And so for me, walking away, seeing Max continue, and not just on the same style as center, different style centers. Şengün, who likes to get downhill, who will play from the perimeter. But to see Max have some success against a Randall and those other bigger guys, Klingen the last 2 games into the or leading up to this, you've got something good there. And we're getting to a point where Doug Christie is not going to be able, and because it's the middle of the season, practice time is at a premium and you would like to have some more practice time, but there is going to be a lot of attention when Domantas Sabonis returns in February about playing those 2 players together. And if you do, as Dirk said, with some of the younger guys that you are seeing get some tick, and that including Keegan Murray, making sure, because again, when he's a priority of the offense, he's a guy that can score. He can, flat out. 9 of 14 tonight, 4 or 5, or 3 or 4 from beyond the arc, 5 and 5 from the free throw line, 26 points, 27 for DeMar DeRozan, 21 for Westbrook, and Schroeder with almost a triple-double off the bench, 24 points there. Keon Ellis, not a big factor in this one. Only played 9 minutes. Malik Monk did get a couple minutes. He made a shot, missed 2 free throws. Tough position to put a player in when he has not played in 2 games. But nonetheless, again, Kings win. We will get with you before, whether it's a Kings Court tomorrow or some type of live stream. We will make that happen to talk about this game. Appreciate all of you. We will be back on the radio tomorrow, Fox Sports, 3 p.m. And as for the channel, we will have Jerry back for the Pistons game. Last time I checked, if you joined us last night, you know that Jerry was off tonight celebrating his 58th wedding anniversary, which isn't today, but they're celebrating it today. And he had a few funny things to say. So I made sure to check the Reynolds injury report. I have not seen any injuries from the Reynolds household. So should be good to join us on Tuesday when the Pistons roll into town. Really, really good Pistons team coming to take on your Kings. But enjoy the beam tonight. The beam's pretty when it's foggy, by the way. We will get back with you, as I said, tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Sorry for the tech issues and bearing with us. Wish Napes could be here as well, but we've got a lot still to talk about, and we will get that out here in the next 24 hours. So make it a great night. We will see you all tomorrow. If we don't see you because you're doing something else, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Please be safe when everything you're doing. Hope you have a good one. Until later, we'll catch you on the flip side. Ryno and Sacktown telling you good night. Kings win against the Houston Rockets. We'll see you on Monday.